Okay. I think everything's up. I can hear myself, right? Cool. Just need to full screen my reference picture. Okay. Okay. Cool. Start with the. Um. Hopefully, I can't hear my air conditioning. Audio stream. Why's my audio? Should be fine. Uh. That's weird. Okay, well, I can hear myself. Yeah. Okay. I believe it was blue. Entry form. Eyelid color is light blue. Okay. Or look at what customs I have. And let's try that one. Okay. Fine. Should really open up my reference image rather than have it on a desktop. And of course, the quality's crunched to hell of that. Um. Hmm. Okay. Right. So next is. I think the shoulders look okay. Not sure if. I think they're meant to be a bit more angled to the sides. I might raise the head up. That one stud. Does that look better? Looks a bit bare down here. I'll need to fill that in with something. Um. Oh, someone's watching. Hello. Okay. First things first. That looks too high, actually. That's easy to fill in then. Da, da, da. Okay. Should probably put a little widget on screen saying whose build this is. That might make it a bit easier for some people. How does that turn? Look, I should have collision on. Okay, sold 30 degrees. That's good. Um, uh, right. Da, da, da. So, a reference image seems to have something in the back here before. There's wings, but something before them. Just need to work out what that is. Um, test that. Right. Oh, right. That's a stupid clip. Okay, but it seems to be fine aside from that. Definitely a section under here. Probably fill that in with either a lift arm or something like this actually. Yeah, that makes a nice good shape I can build off. Um, hmm. Maybe I should get started on the wings because then I can start piecing together each of the individual parts. The wings look pretty, don't want to say simple. We'll probably run into troubles, but they're just panel fairs as far as I can tell. Oh wow, 2 viewers. Hello, 2 people. Hopefully this isn't too bad for you guys to watch. Hopefully my voice isn't too bad on this microphone. I know it's terrible. All I have on hand. Really need to get some more equipment for my setup, but oh well. Not the right panel. I do believe it. Ah, they're actually inside out. Well, not inside out. That's the side that faces the camera. Um, then I think this is something I might have to take a small little like change to from the actual build reference I have. Unless this is different to how. Ah, no. Okay, I see how it's connected. Right. So the image that I have as a reference that I'm building this off, more or less. It only has one connection here, but I think it actually has a second connection at the lower point. With some shenanigans. Okay. Did not do that. That'll work. Half in the bulge. Right, I see what happening. What he's done is he's connected I actually like this. This is a neat little trick. I think it must no, it has to be this. Yeah, so this ball joint doing that, or it's this. I think yeah, it's that one. Okay. And the reason I know that is because one of the connector pieces is then attached to the end of it while that's on that bolt joint, and that actually lines up perfectly. That's what I could see, but I couldn't see this connection. Pretty neat. Okay, that's part of the wing, and then there is a one of the armor pieces. Okay, so it's that long, which should be this one, I think. No, it's longer than that, so it's the size up. That's not up, is it? The same. Yeah, I did. Incredible skill from me today. Okay, so that's the wing, which locks it into that position. Not necessarily something I'm a fan of. I might switch it up just a bit for posing sake. Pose that this picture has puts it in a pretty good spot, so I may just leave it. Um, okay. Yeah, I just gonna fill in this gap. I don't like this gap. It's one of the few issues I see with the original build that I'm working off. Um, okay, so that makes it the right upper wing pro tip mode. Copy, mirror, release, create sub. This is left. Upper. That's how you easily duplicate. Or mirror models. Could just rename them, but I don't do that because I don't like renaming things. At least the way it's set up in the program. Um, so I don't know if I should post the reference pictures I'm working from. That might be a bit of a hassle because I know some of them are on a bunch of different platforms. Um, uh, okay. Oh, there's chains at the back too. That could potentially get in the way. Okay. I think it's another panel fair that makes up this wing. It's at an angle. So if I have that flat, that wing is there. So this comes at a 90-degree angle. I believe it is this kind of wing. Some variant of it. Yeah, I'm seeing 3. Yeah, I think it's the. Don't think it's the smaller one. Yeah, it's not the smaller one. That one. Uh, don't think it's any longer based on what I. Yeah, it's not. It's that one. Okay. So I suspect along a second joint here. Let's just grab one of these. I suspect along a second joint here, there's another. Now I'm. There might be a better piece I can use here. If I suspect these joints are what they are, I think it's actually. It uses that. That might make more sense. Um, else could it be? It has to be that. Can't. Not so sure. It might actually be the smaller piece. And it's not the smaller piece. No sense if I do that. Yeah, it does. And yeah, so it's extended down from here almost like that. Don't know if it's as simple as how I think it might be done, but it could be. Um, that's sort of what it looks like. I'll have to do a test just in case, but I think that's what it is. So we end up with something, we end up with wings like that. Yeah, looks about right. Okay, back to the torso. This is definitely not how it would be in the actual build because surely there's a more stable way of doing this connection. I'd almost guarantee it's stable than what I've done. Um, oh, people still watching? Okay, people still watching. This is my first time doing a Lego stream. I don't really know what I'm doing. Couldn't tell. Sort of just waffling into my OBS, hoping it's watchable. Something. See, okay. Okay. That's actually a very convenient piece to be located there. I need an axle. Okay, what do I do? Where's my handy dandy part? There it is. Pop that in like so. And it is fine behind that mask. And grab another. I need to know some of the names of these pieces because that would be very convenient for when I explain things instead of saying thing. Okay. Okay. Chuck. Also. Nope. Come on. Yeah. Don't need this either. Happy with the chess piece so far. Hmm. Silhouette looks like it's missing something. Not too sure what. Pretty sure it's the wing pieces from the back though, so maybe. Anyway, I'm happy with this. So I'm gonna submod. Oh, did not have selected the head. Submodel torso. It's working. Why have you taken that angle? That is not cash money, as we say. Here we are, we say that. Okay. Come on, connect. Come on. Come on. Connect. Okay. pro tip for me to use. This is an easy way of writing submodel orientation. At least it's a quick, simple, and a way that doesn't require me to mess with angles. Just use connections that already exist, stabilize it. And that is, I might have made these legs too big. I think it is just the pose though. 10 degrees. 10 degrees. Not too just a base. Okay. Let's fix this posing just a little bit. Oop, that's too far. Fully back by 5. That was not 5 degrees. Jeez. Okay. There we go. So that should be a much better pose. I think. I hope. That looks a little more lined up. This is very thin on the ankles. Might tweak that. I have them. Yeah, these ankles are very much not accurate. They're definitely above the ball joint. Um, Simplify this. There is, I don't like it. Yeah. Let's just. Okay, I'm just gonna explain what I'm doing. This gold armor piece needs to be over this ball joint. This ball joint shouldn't be visible. Or at least part of it should be, but not a lot. As in when it's diagonal, you should be able to see just the bottom bit, which means this needs to come down by like one stud unit. Because this joint is custom, it's not the same as what's in the reference picture for this build. And what I think that means is the ball joint has to go from being here to being here. So let's take its guts out. So I had that. Oh, he's. Oh, that's not the right piece. Probably just get away. Might have done this before and it looked weird, but I just want to look at it now with the majority of the torso built up. Okay, so that's maybe what it's supposed to look like. Rotation. That's much better. I'm gonna put these gold teeth on the back though, because even though you're probably never gonna see this, it's just for like completedness, I suppose, is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, and then just fill in that. Probably reinforce the grip, and then the grip. No, this somehow small space. I'm gonna keep this leg design though. I like this leg. at least thank you for the test stuff. Okay, so that needs to be filled either with a stud or something else. Oh, I'll end up using. Yeah, I'll probably use a stud. Uh, okay. Yep, stud. So what I'm going to do is add one of these perpendicular connectors. Good old 3 long perp connectors. Grab a stud out. Pop that there. And then I did a staggered like tooth design on the back. Didn't. What did I put it there? Don't think I can get both in. I might be able to actually. Aren't there with the ball joint being interrupted, but what I mean by that is what I was thinking of doing is putting a lift arm here, but that would impede the ball joint. Now I can't put something in here like under this because then it won't be able to bend this way, or it would be able to bend the other way. But it wouldn't be able to bend. Which I suppose is fine, but it's not. I don't view it as good building practice. At least on something this small and something that I wouldn't consider to be incredibly heavy armored, even though this is meant to be a suit of armor, according to the original builder. It's not what I would classify as like heavy. But also lock you into 90 degrees of rotation. You can't go any further. Not great for your posable figures. Pretty sure this limb was designed to go further than 90 degrees. That's 90. On collision solve. Yeah, makes sense with that limb. Although I could probably get away with it. Okay, yeah, actually, maybe we get away with it then. Pop you there. That was a great Technic piece that came out. I don't know when. I really wish I had it growing up. It's this lift arm. Love it to bits. Okay. Then that should be fine. And that one's too long. Get the other one. Okay, and that keeps the look that I was trying to go for with this build. Okay. Now next I did want to make it a little sturdier. I don't think this would actually make it super strong compared to reality. Studio tends to fail to be an accurate depiction of reality. So what I'm going to do here is just put this in there and then have some couple of these pieces coming off the side, which should just give it a little bit more strength. Is that buildable in real life? Yes, it is. I don't like doing paradoxical builds that are impossible for reality. What's the point of building if it's paradoxical? I keep finding myself saying things, and because I feel like I'm talking to myself. I don't really stream ever, so I feel like I'm talking to myself when I say some things. And I feel like maybe I should explain it, but at the same time, I don't. There's only 2 people watching, so I don't think that's too. I might leave this recording up, to be honest. Maybe Messa will come along, see it for himself. Okay, I have to rethink this a little bit. I'm gonna have those too long Technic beams. Not lift arms, half lift arms. Thin lift arms. A little bit of alignment issues. Come on. These are both gonna be black anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. And that axle can be exposed, it is not gonna be seen. That would be the lower leg. Why are there so many issues here? Oh, right. Yeah, that. Um, hmm. Let's bring these in just so I can get everything in a nice position. Tend not to pose any builds before I go to the final rendering. I tend to try and get them in like a T pose or an A pose. But with digigrade legs, kind of have to get them in the intended I guess idler position might be a good 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 analogy for what I'm referring to. Yeah, that's not gonna bend a lot anyway. That'll be fine. Okay. So then that goes to that is already not having a good time. Oh my god, is that a third viewer? Let's go. It's only up from here. Oh, the third viewer. Oh, it's not having a good time at all. Okay, so it's clipped in the rotation. Fantastic. Rotate 10 degrees off. And align that. That's pretty good. And yep, still clipping the hips. That's fine. Stuff I can fix later. Degree out, up. Okay, perfect. That's much better. That clips pretty much. So if I twist this leg joint, it should be fine. I'll probably leave that till final posing though. I just want to get the models done today. I want to ideally get through 2 today. Who's after Meso? After Meso is Cordax. Really hope this guy opened up his 5. Very awkward if he didn't. He did! Yes. Okay. Modified Metro build. Kinda looks like Masao. Oh, he wants a Toa Masters build. That's fun. Extra bits on the head. Okay. What does that mean? Also, you won't be able to see this, so enjoy this screen. And I need access. This is a thing that I'm definitely changing next time I run Project Unity. Like, make sure, just clarify, make sure the Google Drive is public or set to anyone with link because I can't access a bunch of things, which has also slowed down the process because I'm trying to do builds in order. But some people don't have access to their Google Drives, which have reference images, and I need all the reference images. All right. Well, we'll have to skip that one. After that is, oh, it's Nux. Hell yeah. Oh, that is a lovely. That kind of reminds me of the new Iron Man sets, or the Eternals sets they've got. Oh, hello there, Dodst. Do I know you? It is. It's Project Unity. So this is actually for Messanak from TTV. This is his self-mock. It's quite accurate to the reference image I have. I believe some bits of this torso and the leg are incorrect compared to this reference image that I keep flicking up. Oh, Pakaru, right? I did see you liked my story, so I saw you definitely like you'd seen the guy who tuned in. Um, cool. People are actually watching me. It's not all bots. That's great to know. Um, Yeah, I literally threw together my stream stuff earlier today, because I said I was gonna do it, and then I had to do gardening, and then I realized I had to do all my sound settings all over again because of my air conditioner. Yes, I have already done your mock. I actually have a little spreadsheet, so if you see me flick down to here, I'm like checking my spreadsheet and all my stuff. Uh, yours was yes, I remember that one. Custom frame. That's a neat thing about doing this project is I get to see all these like I get to go out of my comfort zone and try all these builds I never would otherwise. Um and like get to see all these different methods, styles, and like frames is another one. There's a bunch of really this is Messmax has also been a great build for me from a challenge standpoint because of these Carapace shells have been extremely annoying to place. And like trying to work out how he did them. That's another fun thing is like because it's like from a problem solving perspective. That might make sense, but I'm also weird, so who knows? There's a piece here somehow. It's a piece here. And I can't tell if there's a piece here or not. I think there is. I'm just gonna put that there because that makes a very solid foundation. Um, then I need something to fill out this and give it more substance. I think. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wrap two of these together. I don't know when it was, but Studio had this annoying update, which I really didn't like, where you used to be able to use this connect tool, and it would split half of an axle like this, like a one long axle, into 5 parts. But now it splits it into all these different units, which is a lot harder to find the centers of, and a lot harder to accurately use. To the point where I've just gone back to not using the connect tool anymore. I used to use it a lot. It's still very useful, but for axles specifically, it's a little more annoying to use. I think I might do also here is because Methos Mock is intended to be a skeleton in armor, so I might extend these ribs out a little bit. How far? I'm not as far through the project as I'd like to be, because as of IRL stuff, um, like a lot of things happened all at once in the first 2 months of this year, which has been pretty crap. Um, but yeah, now it's all gone. I can start building, and so one of the things that I'm doing is like a penance for that, is doing this streaming, so you guys can see that it's happening. It's just I'm sorry it's so slow. I know I have some more builds to do, and I'm dreading a couple because some people did this incredibly Chad move of picking non-humanoid builds, which I like. I didn't say you couldn't, so I like respect for picking that. Um, so we're past halfway in terms of the builds. It gets a lot quicker when the builds are done. The builds are the slowest part because I have all these assets, and all the text prepared, for when I create the pages, so that can go by really quickly. Um, but the actual building is the slow part. And some people are a little simpler than others. Messanics is one of the hardest. Um, I think it's in the top 3 for the ones I've spent the longest on, at least so far. Um, I'm actually a little happy with the non-human builds. I had to talk to the individual creators because I had to try and talk them down because one of them has a similar build to my ultimate Fenrak mock, which I don't want to have to rebuild an ultimate Fenrak. I don't like that's because the intention behind the frames was to make sure that people wouldn't have too large of a build, to make sure it was like equal footing, so sort of constraining people by size. Um, and while that wasn't done perfectly well, so some people have gone larger than others. Like some people have gone for like O1 Matoran, and some people have gone for Tower Masters. So there is a damn it, really. Okay, I know. That's fine. That's fine. That's within part tolerances. Some people have gone like O1 Matoran, and some people have gone for like a Fenrak build. So I talked him down to saying, hey, can I just clone Fenrak, the set, and then just tweak it to look like yours? Which is part of the thing. Like I am redoing some. I'm trying to make some accurate. Some I'm taking liberties with. Some more than others. And that was one I had to. But one guy, whose name I don't remember at the moment, he built a dragon like Fenrak, not Fenrak, the Karnaz dragon. Um, who was the hardest? Okay, so the hardest, I think I've actually posted the hard. So the hardest one I've done so far, and bear in mind we are slightly over halfway through the building process. I posted. I haven't posted it actually. Okay, so you guys haven't seen it. It was. Do I have a? I might be able to find a link actually. A picture. So they were number 32 on my list. 32 of the 79. Um. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if I should say this for privacy's sake. Oh yeah, I can. I know this person. It's fine. Um. It was Sharik42 on Instagram. Um. They recently have done a really cool Makuta mock that has a Borok Krana for its mask. It's really cool. Their self mock, which is the one before that, or at least a version of that self mock. I don't think that's the one I had. Might be. I believe they used a different image. But they had a self mock which you can kind of see a version of on Instagram. It's got all these Technic tubes, and they make up this rib cage kind of structure. And like getting those angles right, for some reason, it was really frustrating for me to do. It didn't take me that long, like once I properly sat down and worked at it for like an hour or two, but like at the time it just seemed really, because it's such a minute thing, and then just trying to work out how all these angles would work together. Um, yeah, yours wasn't very big. I did like yours though. I believe I've done your page though, Pakaru. Yeah, yours was in Project Unity Wave 3. I really liked what I did for your page. Um, I have got plans to improve the page creation process and the rendering process because for the second year I'd like to use Blender, or not Blender. What's it called? Well, actually, a combination of Blender and the Unreal Engine. because I found this really cool tutorial on incorporating Blender assets and Unreal assets together, which you can use to make really good images. And because you have a lighting engine that hits them both the same, you can make it look a lot more lived in than my photoshopping attempts. I shouldn't say my photoshopping's okay, but this would be a little more unified. It would make things look like they belong a little more, which I think would ultimately produce a better product than what I'm currently doing. Not to say what I'm doing currently is bad, but um, I'm always looking for ways I could improve this because I do want to keep doing. I want to try and do this as much as possible, and I do want to do this again next year because I don't know if anyone really paid attention to when I was talking about what I did in the original posts, but I originally ran this with my Discord group, or a Discord group I'm part in. I was only 20 people, and it was a lot more minor. But that was my big secret plan that it was actually just a beta test for this, and then a couple years later, we ran this, and I got a lot more entries than I thought I would. I mean, not more than I predicted I could have. Like, like I was prepared for more, but I didn't think I would get as many as I did. It's really cool to see. Yeah, Blender, there's a lot of like so many tutorials have been coming out, and it's really cool to see. Because it feels like everything is slowly progressing digital Lego as like an art form and as a medium. And it's like I keep saying this, and one of my friends in Discord, Voot Kaboot, she's pretty much almost cracked like Bionicle VTubing. Um, well, I say almost. There's a couple others like what's their name? Beth Venny. I don't know if yeah, they've got like I think they have a Lariska. Not Lariska, what's her name? The Rudaka. They've got a Rudaka VTuber avatar, if I recall correctly. That's pretty good. Um, but with what Voot's doing, I reckon I could tutorial away or something to create like make your own VTubing avatars, which I would like to do. And all you would need is a camera, Blender, and Studio. So if you have those three, then you could create your own Bionicle avatars for digital, but which I want to do. And then I can have like on my stream overlay, I could have like myself marked just in the corner. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I had a so it was a Barnacle yearbook amongst my friends. And oh hey Krakama. Yeah, it was I had a yearbook among my friends, and that evolved into that was the beta test for this. I mean, how you doing, Krakama? Working on Messenex's torso. Very strange phrase when I think about it, but oh well. Don't want to leave the back too bare. Probably put something in here. Well, doubt. Technic has digital avatars. I've worked from Mechanical Hands. Mechanical Hands is I see because I've had so much going on until now. I haven't really been getting into contact with a bunch of people and like keeping up with the digital Lego. Like I downloaded 5 parts and color packs yesterday. I haven't installed them all. Um, I think I have a lot more to go. I need to talk to Mechanical Hands as well and a bunch of like the more blendery modeler people because I had 2 months of hell and then I came back and like technology jumped forward again. Um, so I just need to get back into like keeping up with things. But I've also been like because I have a backlog of builds to do for this. I have probably another 40. Not gonna lie. Well, no, 40. I'm rounding up. Yeah, it's less than 40. It's way less. Well, it depends if I want to do like scene things. I don't know if you remember, but for Barely Humanings, I built a bunch of like scenery. And I have done that for a couple other people who hopefully you will get to see soon. But once Messenax is done, and hopefully the next, actually the next one after this is K4, so I'll probably do that and then I'll upload that as the teaser. Could get done. I should be able to finish Messinac today, actually, now that those arms are done. What do you mean by pages? I don't have my stream set up right now to do pages. That's also a very boring process because it's me basically looking at a bunch of artists' work and thinking, how can I make this a little more original and not theft? We don't condone art theft. That's another thing. Project Unity is actually going to have a massive citation page at the end, where all artist references are included. Because I am not a bad person and I will cite all artist work used. That's the thing university drilled into my head. Just always cite your artists, well, not your artists, cite your sources. Okay, this is definitely deviating from the original mock, but it's gonna fill in the gaps. None of those colored in, I love that. Okay. Okay, that's too blocky. We're not doing too blocky. Definitely looks like I've just tried to fill in the space there. Instagram page. Okay. Yeah, I think of the pages I've uploaded, I've only uploaded technically 12, I think, to Instagram. Although I uploaded mine as well. I don't know if that counts. I'm probably gonna redo my page as well, just because I can. I was also debating, do I work on my like final form self mock because I have plans for an upgraded self mock. But to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the Toa Master version of my self mock. I have a whole backstory for it planned and things like that, but I just haven't had the time to work on. I probably won't work. I have so many ideas as well that I just want to build, but Project Unity comes first. It's all about the project. If I do blocky, but this is still look like overall. It looks like that. I think it's a Borok team. So I get a 5 axle and I put Borok team. That gives me a bit of a curve. The torso. And then black tooth. That's better. That's much better. So then now it's not going to be blocky, even if I put stuff behind it. That gives it full. Not going to be a blocky. Yeah, that's better. There's a gap there though. What I could do for that is put in the other. This is another thing I like to do. This is a really neat trick I like doing for curvatures. Is if you get it's the like the one long perpendicular connector. Just filling it in like that and having the holes be put. It's a trick I've used on his legs as well. Which I'll just show in a sec once I color all these. Like right there. I use the perpendicular connector to fill out the teeth. It's a trick I like doing a lot on my builds. It's what I've done on a couple of my ultimate builds as well, because it hides the inside of the tooth. I haven't done it here because this is part of the design. Okay, right. Different people's accounts. Okay, I got you. Yeah, Karma, I've seen your North Stones. I'm really interested in the concept, because if you remember when I did my Makuta when I did my Makuta series for that short time, which I am planning on coming back to, I did a couple. I had like statues in like fire braziers as like decoration. Um and I've wanted to come back to that for a while. I just have been slowly chipping away at my ideas lists. That's on there. like doing more architecture stuff, going back to my roots, kind of, which is what I started with on Instagram. Uh, Damn it. Um, so yeah, I really do dig the Norse sculpt, and because Nux has once again furthered our understanding of technology to a quantum level again. Like getting it actually done in stone looks really cool. So I'm really excited what you come up with next. Okay, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet at some point and put the wings on. Okay, let's just do a test with one of the wings. Work out if it's in the right orientation. Yeah. Okay, so that ball joint is not gonna be remotely far out enough. This wing, probably a submodel those to start with. Uh, so this is right upper wings, this is right lower wing. If I can select the blood. Yeah, I've been meaning to like live stream my Lego building for a while, but it's just yeah, had a shit past couple of months, so only now just got into it. Um Left lower. Um yeah, I feel like though, like when you get that creative drive to do something, that's something I like to prioritize because you've got the energy for it and it's the idea is so fresh. Um like I've had moments where I've had an idea and I've just dropped everything and done it, and as a result, I've made some of my best work. Like that may not be necessarily the case for you with everything, but at least for me, that's oh, okay, now it's coming together. This is coming together now. This wing needs to go further back because it's going to collide with the arm. The arm is also custom. Meso has Knight's Kingdom pieces, and I don't know if they exist digitally. They also don't. This is one of the things like this, but the original mock I'm not a fan of. So I have changed it. Uh, Out of ideas for it, I might try the Toa Metru stones. Ooh, the Metru would be good. Angle the wing. Yeah, the wing is angled in the reference image. It's sort of, it's weird though, because I can't really explain it, but it's angled this way and then curved in this way. But then it's still splayed backwards, but this is sort of still in the orientation it is. There's also a third wing piece that I can see. Is it fin? It's not. It's a wing piece. There it is. There's also one of these at the bottom somewhere. I'm not sure how it connects exactly. It's actually the other way around. It's that way around, which it's connected somehow behind the torso. Then there's a gold chain. So I'll need to work out how that goes. This is just a test for, at least for now, just to work out how the wings should go. It looks pretty good in its current orientation though. Like this, if I just left this alone, it wouldn't be great. I would consider it unposed. I just made quotation marks with my fingers, but none of you can see that because I don't have a camera. Um, yeah, that's how I do it. Um, but the shape of the wing is what I'm trying to work out here. I think. Okay, yeah, I can see how that little fin is connected. So I'm actually bring up the reference image just so I can see it. I'm not gonna have it on screen all the time, but I'm bring it up. Um, Wait, what was that? Need a Bionicle V-tube with air quotes. Yes, see, this is the thing. This is why I need to have the V-tubing um set up. Make it. Then you can see when I do air quotes. Okay, I'll just bring up this reference image. Now, this is a really bad quality image because I took a screenshot of it. Okay, I think you can see this. So this is what it looks. This is the reference image. I'm not gonna know if you've seen it for a bit because of the stream delay. But if I sort of angle it right, you can see sort of what I mean. That looks about, no, yeah, that's about right. Anyway, so that is the reference image I'm working with. I don't know why people never show the backs of their mocks. I think it's because like that's not really where the action is. That's not the exciting part. Some people have been for reference images. Some people have been showing me the backs of their mocks. I got a pretty good one recently. Who was it? It was Primal Nomad. Sent me a great one showing its back and also deconstructing it a little bit because it's a physical build. It's not a digital one. So he actually took parts of it apart for his reference images, which was very much appreciated. I do sometimes I do a back shot, but I have it at the end of when I do an Instagram post or something because it's usually not as interesting. Although if you do stuff like action shots, you can have one character going towards another character, and that can give you an opportunity to show the back of a character. Like if you know the JoJo, the two dudes walking towards each other, you can have something like that. I don't know who those dudes are. I don't watch JoJo. I watched 5 episodes because my friend told me to watch it. I've never been more confused. I'm not about action shots showing the build. Yeah, one of the things you can do with showing build is if you can get a turntable or something, that's something you can do as an option. Um, action poses give you excuses to like show off different images and like posability and stuff you can do with them. Uh, I know there's a couple. Yeah, I know some of the Knights Kingdom pieces have been modeled. I've got a few of them in my parts packs, but as I said earlier, I haven't got all my parts packs downloaded. I've been really a bit slack about it, to be honest. But yeah, that's. I mean, I can check them out, but the thing is, so the reason I don't like it very much is because of the way it has, because it has like a sort of a cup shape. It's sort of um, like a half pipe that comes down under the hand. I don't like that, like as a thematic thing with this armor. Um, but this is me branching off, and I'll admit, like it's me branching off a bit. I kind of prefer the Black Mari piece here because this sort of looks to me like an elbow pad, which fits with the theme of the armoring. And it doesn't have this sort of like, I don't know if you've seen those half pipe like roofing tiles, but it reminds me of that underneath the hand, and it doesn't seem it just seems very gappy. This is me fully criticizing it, just going off on uh the build. I just think this looks a little more streamlined. Again, sorry, Meso. Um, shoulders are done, but not the legs. At least legs. Yeah, it's a leg piece. Oh my God, is that a sixth viewer? Guys, we did it. We have a 6 viewers. Proud, proud. Um, yeah, it's a leg piece. I only have 4 Knights Kingdom pieces to my knowledge in my custom parts. I'm pretty sure these are all custom. It's just this. Okay, so it's just this one then. And this isn't perfect. I think this is an older one because of this seam line and the hole is filled in. It's not great, but I think that's the only one I have. I might have a sword. Also, I have a bunch of these. I don't know whose pack this was, but someone had a bunch of custom swords, and things like this. It's very like highly detailed. Um, if I look up head, I think there's a like someone made these crazy detailed barrage. I don't know which pack this was from. I downloaded. It doesn't say on that, but it's a bunch of these crazy detailed. I kind of want to remove them because I don't like the detail. Yeah, this is the Botar head that was on it. I think it's meant to be like the teeth of the dragon. not the dragon, Botar has like a replacement for that head, but I don't like the way it looks. It might be yours, Krakama, sorry, but I just think it looks a bit like I can tell it's not like it doesn't fit because it's too high res, I guess, if that makes sense. Like if I pull this piece back, like it just looks it's a bit too much for my taste. Unlike this brain piece, it's like there's a bit too much detail going on here, crammed in one, and it's like very organic looking, these pieces. It would be great for Baraki builds, or organic builds of that nature, but like I've not had to come across any of those recently. Hey, it's just me being like taking a personal opinion again. So like no hate towards the modelers. The modelers do grand work. We stand the modelers in the digital community. I was meaning to get into modeling myself with Blender, but then time is not on my side for everything. Uh, and the program I was intending on using is not actually great for modeling because it's a engineering CAD software, which is horrible to use. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's needlessly detailed. That's I think that's more what I'm getting at. There's detail on it. I don't think it adds anything. Um, because Botar's head was just it was just horns and teeth added onto a Metru head, which it works for a look. It's not bad. I don't think it needed a custom mask. Um, Botar's not meant to be Botar's meant to be it has its own unique species. Um, don't I don't like the I like the look it already had. I think maybe if I do something like this would be better for. Yeah, maybe, and then I could. Hmm, take a look at that reference image again. Come back here. Okay, so okay. Uh, so there's epic remakes of the Taraga masks. Yeah, there's I think I have some. Again, I've got about 4 or 5 parts packs on my desktop I haven't installed yet. Bunch of masks. I don't remember who it was in the DLD Discord, Karma, but it might have been you. Who made the decals, the 90th anniversary. Like not the small Tahu, the Takua and Tahu style. For the rest of the masks. I have those downloaded. I haven't installed those yet. With the decal pieces and everything. Kind of want to do something with those, but for another day. Or another day. Damn it. Okay. I think instead what I'm gonna try and do, pop that on there, and then maybe okay, so it has to be low. Okay, so the more spread out, so that torso around here. I'm actually using OBS now to compare the two directly. Okay, so this has to be more down here. So I need to lower this, which means that connector needs to be more kind of behind this shoulder. Okay. EMATs also work on their own masks. Ooh, ooh. Manually print pieces yourself. Ooh. Nux. Yeah, might have been Nux. Yeah, Nux and Shush. Pretty much everything they make is fantastic. Like I wish they had more social media for me to shout out. Because every time I see them do stuff, it's like Nux has sort of been doing the thing that I like. They're doing the things that I want to happen in the studio community. Um, which kind of lets me sit back and like take a rest because like when custom colors came out, I did my stuff. And my hope was that that would get more people into it, and more people would like try it out and um like further it further than I could. And that's exactly what Shush has done with his materials. Um, which for the rest of the 6 people who are watching who don't know, um, you can now take an image and use that as a kind of like what I did with my lava colors. You can take a texture and then apply that to a studio material, which is it's one of those leaps forward that digital Lego definitely needed. Very happy it's got. Um, okay, at this point, I reckon the ball joints would be here and here, so they're only separated by um about 1 stud, which means there's a really useful piece I can use to construct the wings. If I can find it. Might be in the linkers. Yeah, this piece. I reckon they're like this, and then there is an arm joint somewhere. I think it must be something like this. This is where the problem solving is coming in of the whole process. So I think if I do this, that might not be accurate for the lineup, but that I think that's kind of how the wings are meant to be. Um, yeah, that looks quite the way these are angled. Might be it. Um, Decals outside of text, not my forte. Yeah, I think the worst part with decals for me was doing minifigures. That was one of the worst. I mentioned Ariba have been doing. I'm sorry, have been watching your videos. Do a pop pink for his character. Oh, is this the custom colors video? He sent me his colors, but for some reason, despite showing the code, doesn't have any naming conflicts on my system. Right, that's something. That's um one of the issues I didn't realize at the time making that video. I do want to remake those videos because now we've learned so much more and there's a lot more. They don't show up in mine either. You'll notice that all my custom colors here are all my colors here, just the general colors, like they're not showing up. It's all custom. Um, that's because as far as we can tell, we being the studio community who've been working on custom colors, eventually, so if I look up black, it's there. If I go into like any of these tabs, you can see like the normal colors will appear. But if you just go on just click it, well now it's working. That's love it when that happens. Sorry if I go back to all, it won't show up. So I would try clicking on these or searching up. If it appears there, that's fine. If it's not appearing there, then that's a different issue. Oh my god, look, it's Sin. It's the 7th viewer. The 7th viewer is here. The 7th viewer approaches. Uh, now I feel I stick out as I don't have a YouTube account under my mocking name. I made this when I did my Overwatch YouTubing. You can still see those videos out there. Very, I don't, they're not too cringy. They're still kind of cringe. But I do have my like I have my real YouTube account that actually has my actual name on it stuff. I have that as well everywhere. So I'm actually follow a bunch of people with my real account as well. Don't tell them though. They'll never find me. Um, yeah, hey Sen, we're building Messenak's self-mock, and I think I've just cracked his wings. So almost done up with that. Then I'm gonna do rendering and page design off. We're gonna move on to the next build, which is actually K4. Good old Nux. Um, where is that? I had the ball joint up here. I deleted it. That's why. Da, 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 da. This is one of the things that frustrates me about Studio. The ball joints, the bushes, and these Technic blocks all the way up here, and I hate having to scroll all the way. This is such a first world problem as well. I hate having to scroll all the way up from the Technic pins up here. It's something that I think is, it should be down here in linkers or something. I don't, and I know you can move these around. I'm bad and lazy, so I haven't. Um, Currently at work but secretly watching. Hey, look, if I'm the lo-fi studio building to get you through your work, I support that. But don't get caught, please. Instagram and Patreon are the only things that bear the Picaro name at this time. Um, yeah, look, so what happened? This is a kind of funny story. Um, the way I came up with my username is my Minecraft got hacked, like my original Minecraft account, and that wasn't with my main email, thankfully, but my original Minecraft account got hacked. So I needed to come up with a whole new username, which is when I came up with this one, and then I used it on everything. To the point where I have people like in real life who are like, "Why is your username this?" Because they'll like contact me on other social medias and stuff, and they're like, "Why is your username this?" And it's like, "Oh, it's the username I use for everything," and then I have to explain that to everyone. So that made it really easy because from like the age of like 13 or something, all my usernames are the same because I'd sort of standardized it to this. Um, and now we have 8 viewers. We did it. We have 8. We're past the meme number of 7. Let's go back to so okay. So torso roughly worked out. We have the right sort of shape and orientation for wings. Now I just need to try and get them into a rough position where I can call this mock done. Although I think Meso has a sword. Okay. He has a white sword. The design does not matter, preferably one with an ornate hilt of some variety, but he is not picky. Um, okay. So ornate sword. What do I do for it shows Picaro specifically because I wish to name the account after the main mock. Yeah, a lot of people done that. I used to so I started like my main mocking presence came out on the TTV message boards, which is one of the reasons why it's kind of cool that I get to build Messanax or an iteration of Messanax self mock. My nickname under there was Cardax, which is the name of my primary self mock. Kind of been shifting away from that though because I don't like that name as much anymore as Unpixeled. Um, it's better. Um, I only picked that name because I really liked the Toa Fantoka. Like 2008 was when like my eyes were open to like what we could do with like because that's when the vehicles came out and my tiny little mind was blown by it. Um, which is why which is where where the ultimate upgrades came from. Some of the later ones. Uh, yeah, I do swings. Okay, it's coming together. So my nickname, so yeah, my TTV name came from I like, I really like the Fantoka. They're in Carter Nui. A lot of Bionicle names end with X. So I just stuck X onto the name Carter, and that's how I got Carter. Only top tier naming methods in this stream. Vision's good. So that is the wrong button. So yeah, that's why. So yeah, I stopped using that the second I got TTV. Sucked. You can change your Steam name though, not just for username ones. Ah, your old username. You can. I think you can change your. It might be one of those things where you can only do it once every few periods, or it might be something that's difficult to do though. Changing your Steam name. Yeah, that's Maori naming is something that I have occasionally used for some of my Bionicle mocks. But because like it's not like using other languages is something that's a bit shaky for your mocks. 'Cause, you want to be respectful when you use other languages. So what I tend to do whenever I do want to draw inspiration from other cultures or languages, is I'll shake the word up a little bit. So like I'll change some syllables around and things like that. Uh, if that was your criticism, but well, even then I'm taking it on a tangent. This is my stream. I can take tangents whenever I want. Um, um, just a tidbit. Okay, so let's try and get the angles right again. I hope you're watching this part soon because this part I find really funny. Let's bring in the reference image. Okay. Okay, so it needs to be brought. It needs to be brought inwards more, but I don't think I can do that. Um. Oh, is in like the username on Steam, not the display name. Is that what you're talking about? Crack. Want you crack now? It might be connected on this axle here. I don't know. Let's give that a little try. Please tell me this hasn't. Yes. Okay, it's not connected to anything. Cool. Okay, that looks a little bit better. I think it's also posing though, but I'm worried that I won't be able to pose this like small fin. So I don't know how he's done it. I think I can do this without if that does collide. Okay. It's done the thing. This is the thing I hate with Studio. Nothing can have 3 connections, which sucks for these Hero Factory bones. So let's make a test submodel. It's something I hate. Like I think it's something with the engine though. Okay, that looks pretty accurate if I give this that. Let's bring on the reference image. Okay, that looks better. I think the arms out more as well though. Yeah, they are out more. Okay, I'm pretty content with that. Bring you off. Generators for inspiration is pretty good. Yeah. Oh my god, we got 10 viewers now? Jeez. Guessing most of you people come from Instagram because that's where I put up an alert. Although, oh, maybe you guys come from Twitter. Don't really have many other socials I posted this on. Or all from the Discords. Yeah, I reckon. Not a fan of. I don't like this joint. I hate. Maybe there is another way of doing it that I'm just missing, but I think this is probably how he did it. I think that's how he did it. And I didn't see. Okay. Cool. Copy that. Yeah. That was about at 45 degrees. Oh, that's actually, those are still 45 degrees. So if I just do this, I should be able to just duplicate this test submodel. I don't want to copy and mirror it. That was not cash money. Oh, I hate that I'm saying that. Okay, what angle are you at to this? You are at 250 degrees. So, hopefully, you can just select the right submodel. So 250 mirrored. I don't want to work that out. This is a trick you can do for mirroring parts. Let's highlight this so you guys can see it a bit better. Put an axle or something that has orientation, so not a pin, because a pin, you can rotate around a pin because it is a circle. You take something like this, copy and mirror it. You now have the orientation in that axis for rotation. So I do that. This has now got the mirrored angle. And that's an easy way of angling stuff if you don't want to just do a mirrored submodel, which I don't want to do here. That is a pro tip. It is really useful, really easy to do. Okay, now I'm gonna include part of the submodel. Cut that out. Paste it so it goes my yeah, that's in there right. That's good. Just gonna get some bushes up to just check that these are, because I know this one's not in alignment. Just gonna check this one is lined up. It's not. Okay. See, this is why I wish the connect thing was back to the old style where it was the 5 segments for 1 axle length. Because sometimes they don't like slide on as they should. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it a 7 long axle. I don't think we need the full 8 lengths. Okay. Bring it over. Okay. Cool. Does anyone like? I'm just gonna ask you guys some questions because I don't really have much else to talk about. We're almost done with this. You guys been working on anything? I know Krakama, you're working on your North stuff. Hikaru, Sin, if you guys can respond. You guys working on anything at the moment? Anything cool? Or anyone else in the chat? If you are indeed in the chat. Oh, we've got clips. We've got clips. Realistically, this should have tolerances in real life, so this is probably fine. It's just these, which means I can probably get away with. Oh, but that clips anyway. Okay. Okay, how could he have done it? Started a Sky motorcycle based off Skyhawks, but that's wait, was that the TV show? Right? I think you've unlocked a memory. Was that the plane? No, what am I thinking of? No, Stormhawks. I think that was it, or something like that. They had like motorbikes and they had wings on them or something. Yeah, that's the show. Um, yeah, that's you've unlocked a memory in me. I barely remember that. That was a cool that's a cool build. I may or may not have some sort of whole vehicle lineup planned, and you may or may not have added a vehicle to that. Yeah, cool memory. Yeah. How to rig a 3D model. I need to learn how to rig a 3D model. I did it very basically. Ninja Whip It or Gallivant was teaching me, but I dropped it because I had to finish university. Karma, I need to finish Cracker. I completely forgot about his shoulder launcher. Yeah. That's I think they half-assed that shoulder launcher for his Model 2. Cracker's actual build I don't think is that cool. It's probably the my least favorite Titan from 04. Half-assing things for renders. Look, we love that. Look, that's what I did to make my way. If I could just for a moment show my We'll be right back, view. I'll come back. I just very quickly made this like "Hello, my honey" render of myself, Mark. Just for super quick, so I could just start the stream today. Also, the layout. The layout. This is all like really last minute kind of stuff. Okay. So I think the very simple solution to this issue is that the fins are wrong. I don't think it's the wings. I think it's the fins. I think what I've done is, or what's been done is that no, because I can see them. Okay. I think I just have to spread them out. Uh, which to do that, I get a 5 long axle. Yeah, actually, you know what I could do that's even better? Nope, I'm gonna keep those there. I had an idea what I could do that'll make this even better and more a bit okay, not better, smoother. Um I get those thin lift arms. I can use those thin lift arms and then use a stop axle instead. Let's use the two. Yeah, okay. You get your 5-stop axle and plonk those in there. I'm pretty sure this is absolutely not how Messenac did this, but I think this looks pretty cool. Don't know if the wings are accurate. We'll find out in final posing. I might tweak them in final posing, but I won't stream that. Just because I want to get builds done. Posing and pages are faster. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I just angle the forward 20 degrees. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's come out. I think the legs are still a bit too big, but we had to take liberties where we don't, because I don't want to perfectly replicate. I don't want to steal people's. Um, Official Cracker is pretty garbage. Yep. There are some gray mocks for him. Gray mocks for all the Metro builds. All the Metro Titans, but the official build is not great. I love seeing all the Nadikis because there's a Nadiki contest running or it's concluded. I don't know. As I said, I'm out of the current space of digital Lego builds, but all the Nadiki mocks have been really cool to see. Um, I'm having some issues getting the bones to connect correctly in mechanical setting to make a video. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of rigging guides, but if this is the thing where it's like this is the stuff that I want to see and that I've been considering making in the community is getting guides and tutorials out, because once one person like cracks the basics, then someone else will get into it and they'll like find that this is how I got into custom colors. Videon showed me how to make just simple stuff, and then I went down the rabbit hole, made a guide as like a foundation, from like based on video foundation, and then people have been working based on my stuff, and then slowly, like people will build on top of each other, and then we'll get to a point where like the technology for digital Lego stuff will just. I mean, it's already pretty crazy considering where we were like 2 or 3 years ago, but now like what we could do is getting pretty exciting. Um, Half-assed my renders. Yeah, half-assing renders is pretty fun. Not gonna lie. Like the quick rendering stuff that I do, it'll be quite fun. Asymmetric arms. That's yeah, builds with asymmetric arms can be pretty cool. Sorry I have to like stop doing work just to read chat. I don't have two screens. I should probably bring up the chat on my phone. Um, the Nadiki comps come. Oh, so when does the Nadiki comp finish? Because I'm not entering, but definitely want to like keep up with it and see like when it's going to be announced. I just fill this with boron to smooth it up a little. Then I'm going to call finish, and then we can tick off another build in Unity. And then we'll be moving on to Nuxes, unless Kordak has got back to me in the hour or so since I sent that message. Okay. I thought. Okay. Always make these pieces gray out of habit, because that's what they are. Okay, that might be clipping that. Yes, it is, because that ball slightly goes through the teeth. But it's fine, because in real life, that's totally possible. Okay. Is there anything else I could? I should add something over the shoulders. I feel like it's probably, yeah, looks kind of bad from the. Are there any colors in the build? I don't really see them on the reference image. Oh, there's the chain. I didn't do the chain. Okay. So there's this. I can definitely see there's like some sort of structure out the back. Oh, is it Duck Bricks? Who's doing the Diki comp? Yeah, okay, it'll probably be on his channel or in his Discord. Yeah, that's easy to keep track of though. Ask him on Twitter though, to be honest. Don't really want to go with another Borok Tooth, but I probably could. Just put them here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Borok Teeth are like the duct tape of Bionicle sets, and mocking. Like, oh, you have a little blank spot? Borok Tooth. At least, maybe just for me. With this particular build. Not every build. They're very good though to make angled. Okay, so this is a thing that annoys me. For you guys watching, does this annoy you too? Connectors are not symmetrical in that the axles aren't perfectly lined up. So you can't bring this one in to be perfectly in line with this. This is where Pixel's tips can help. Copy and mirror that. Delete that. Then, because ball joints will connect. Symmetry achieved. And I might leave that there because the shoulder pads pretty much cover it. Then there's not really any color in the back. There might be an armor piece on these, so I'm just gonna pop an armor piece on this so it doesn't look too bad. One of the small ones, probably a size 2 or 3. 3 is the smallest? I thought that was a 2. Okay. Pop a 3 on them. How's that look? That intersects. It'll have to be a size 3 then. It'll intersect otherwise. Yeah, one of these. Yeah. Then that's right. Okay, cool. Hands, right. Forgot that. Okay, we're not done just yet. We have hands to go. Bring all my side. Okay, hands. Need to figure out hands. Okay. So, okay, so that's pretty much basic with the T-bars. Oh, is that the symmetry issue, Picaro? Yeah, there's a bunch of ways I've got. Basically, I use the mirror tool to replace stuff. That's how I do it. Nidiki is a fun character design. Yes, just the concept of like a bug centaur, really cool. Yeah, a bit more bug-like. There's a lot you could do with bug characters, and there's a lot more like bug or insect influences you can pull into Nidiki. I really liked the thing I really liked about the movie is the lime, the poison green kind of thing he has. The colors going on, which aren't in the actual set but are in the movie, which I think is one of the best parts of the movie version. Just changing up his colors and making him more poisonous looking. Um, Removing the solid metro pieces and placing them full custom. I believe that's I think is that in reference with your Nadiki or is that in reference to like the parts? Because I know some of the metro parts on Studio aren't modeled very well. Um, okay. Okay. Another thing I do personally with Studio builds is because there are all the different kinds of the basic Technic connector for the ball joints. Like there's 4 now. I always use the standard, the original, the OG. This one. I always use this one, regardless of what I see. This is what like the thing that I will do in every single build, even if I know that they've got this specifically a different one. I always use this one. This connector is the best connector to fight me. So hopefully you guys can't hear background noises. It's because a loud motorcycle went by, and I will probably need to pop my air conditioning back on again because living in Australia, it's a bit warm. Finches make me think of a scorpion, so it would make more sense for his long range. But I'd also make more sense for him to have a tail. I'd also have that be his long range weapon instead of his face. Vol attack with mandibles instead of a Vaki forehead. I really like the Vaki head. Um, but no, it's not a Stormhawk cycle. I wish. Um, yeah, I think. See, I'm sort of split on the idea of making his long range weapon his tail because I like that his mandibles form his long range weapon. I think that's a pretty cool feature and concept. Because it's like he spits poison. To me at least. But yeah, if you go with Scorpion, like that's like I built the ultimate upgrade Scopio. Like yeah, long range weapon on the tail. I also like that, so I'm kind of split on that. Okay, so we have the left hand and the right hand. Okay. Hey, and that I reckon is meso done. Um, Move this to the side a little bit, and that's pose isn't exactly right, but in terms of the recreation, I know the lower leg definitely isn't correct, but like I think pretty much there. Which means I can move on to the next one. So just for a moment, I will probably leave this image as it is. Okay, yeah, let's go for the next one. I'm gonna try and get Mesos and another one done today. Okay, well, that is Mesonac. I know the mask seems to have a bit of a gradient on it, but I don't want to do a gradient because I'd have to do a custom color effect. So my plan for that is just 2 heads, and then use Photoshop to modify the color of one. So probably make this one, looks like it's a gray, but I take black and then I can just use the opacity and the transparency to make it look gray. And that's how I'd achieve my gradient. That's a simpler method than making a custom color for it, honestly. Not sure how I'd adapt that to a Blender version, but I've imagined in Blender it's probably easy to do gradients. What am I saying? It is. I have done gradients in Blender. Okay, next build. Next build. Next build hype time. So the next build we have Messenax had surprised me for the background as well, so I had some ideas for that. I also had a really cool idea for what I could do for one of his additional images. Basically, just gonna pop that there. That's little idea of something I could do for one of his additional images. I'm hoping everyone in the chat understood that. I learned keep clicking send when I want to delete. 16 viewers in the chat. Hello, chat. How's everyone doing today? Who isn't chatting? Hopefully you're all good. Okay, so Cordax was next. I have one image. I don't have the other one. Extra bits on the head. Don't know what that exactly means, but what are the odds he's seen it and done it? Oh my god, he has. Oh, no way. Chad. Chad behavior right there. Okay, so this next build, I will just save and I can show it as a reference. I believe this was taken with an iPhone. That is not the file type it should be. Crap. Okay. Snipping tool it is. Okay, so the additional head pieces, I don't think they'll show through entirely in the build, but if I do any back shots of him, which I might do in the group photos or some of the dynamic photos I've planned, that'll show up, sure. So once a Toa Masters / Uniters build, let's just open up the reference. There it is. So this is our new reference image. Where's best to put it? I think we'll put it down here on the build screen. So they want that as a Toa Masters unit. They've selected that for the frame, not a Metro, even though this is a kind of reminding me of Metro. Great Mahiki, the weapon featured. What is the weapon featured? Okay. There's another Google Drive one. Is this open? It is not. That's fine. You can probably work it out from the image. Da, 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 da. So that is a okay. That's definitely a Bionicle blade because I can see a piston in it. A lot of cool knickknacks and doodads hanging from him. I don't think I could get. I might be able to get that torso incorporated into a master's build. I can probably get all the limbs incorporated into a master's build. Um, Hands and legs are easy. Okay. I've seen him before. It's 2 a.m. where I have, and I have work in the morning, so I must call it here. Alrighty. See you, Picaro. Have a good one. Have a good night. I hope your work's not too bad tomorrow. I also have work tomorrow. But it is a lot earlier in the day where I am. Okay. Well, on that, probably get started on this. So what we're gonna do, you guys won't be able to see this, but I will be opening up this file, which is a collection of all the frames that I have saved. So we're using a master. So let's copy Dahu over. Up. Save as. The build is Codex by Taco Nikan. Okay, so don't have those weapons. Get rid of those. Don't have that mask or head. Get rid of those. Probably don't use the shoulders or the armor. All this back configuration. Get rid of all those. The first thing is the Nuva chest piece. I want to see if I can get that in straight away. Probably can, but I might need to modify this torso because I don't want the showing. Could potentially make this build a lot thinner by using a different chest piece as well. Because I just need the bottom. So what I could do is get a Vaki chest, not a Vaki. I think it's the Metru hips. Yeah, does he use Metru hips? No, that's a custom hip piece, I think. Okay, well, pop that in there, and then raise this up, bring these in. Got shoulder pads not connected to the torso on the actual on the arm, so that's a little easier. So I can bring this torso a lot further in. Toe Uniters were perfection, my honest opinion. I I I don't agree completely with that. My in my opinion, the Toa Masters are better than the Toa Uniters. The Toa Uniters were, I think they're good, but they're an attempt to take the build scheme in a different direction. Make the Toa, because I think that's the main criticism that Lego heard when the Toa Masters came out, is that they were too simple, like they're covered in the basic shells, and they didn't have the complexity that Bionicle had. Like it didn't have all the pistons, and like even though if I get a true torso, I can explain this, I think. Oh, not even that. Like this armor piece, the basic Metru armor piece, it's not incredibly complex, but it's got stuff going on, which is a lot more than just the bland shells. But I didn't mind this design. I liked this, and especially the Akoto armor pieces, one of the best armor pieces ever. Um, but I definitely see the Uniters were an attempt to try and like get back into that complicated building style, which I don't think was a bad call. I think it was a pretty good call. Um, but I think they did some things that the designers at least that went a little rough. It needed a little more refinement. With some, not all of them, with some of them. Standout builds for me for the Uniters, Liwa, one of my favorites. Then Tahu's always been pretty good. I think Gali was a letdown in terms of the Uniters for me. Again, these are my opinions, not set in stone. The creatures, as I said earlier in the stream, loved the Fantoka. Loved that whole year. So, um, like the fact that combining feature was brought back in, I was all for it. I was just so happy. And the creatures are definitely they were definitely image again. Definitely a big shake up to how we'd seen it before with the Matoran in '08. Okay, so there's a Metru, so it's dark green Metru and white as the primaries. Okay, so I can leave that white. Get rid of these like so. I did like the Uniteds. Overall, I think they were a good year. I don't think they were as good as the Masters, but it's the difference between a 10 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10. Not saying not saying the Masters were a 10 out of 10, but that's like how far the difference apart. It's like great and slightly less so. I mean, I bought them all, so yeah, that's how much I like them. Okay, if we clear up the back, I can put in all those little knickknacks that Cortex has. Um, Unfortunately, I only got Kopaka and Akimu back in 2016. Never got the rest of 2016 sets. Yeah, I think I missed the second wave. I didn't get all the creatures. I got Tahus, I got Garlies, I got two of Lewas because a friend got me one as a gift. I also got a second what's the bad guy's name? Umarak. I got two Umaraks as well. Um I did not get Akimu. I don't like Akimu's design. I think it's too much. Like the clear blue and the spike shield, I think that was him. Not a not a big fan. Um yeah, I didn't get all the 2016 sets. I wish I got the two creatures from Kopaka and Anua. I really like the little bears. That's another mock line I was doing or tried to do back in the TTV days. Was different creature mocks, because if you look at the creature concept art, there's a lot of cool ideas they didn't fully explore. Like there was a buzzsaw one for Pohatu, and I got halfway through an attempt at designing a creature like that could transform into a buzzsaw for his arm. Um, which I thought was like a really cool idea for like a tool they could use. Like, oh, we need to get through all this jungle. Boom, turns into the buzzsaw, which is great from a play standpoint as well, because these are toys. Like from a toy standpoint, oh look, it's your handy dandy tool guy who turns into a buzzsaw. Um, yeah, there was lots they could have done. I think more so with them, but oh well. We all know how it ended, sadly. And I do need to bring. I do think the Umarak was one of the better. The Umarak was sort of that, in my mind, occupies the transition between 2016 and 2015's building styles, and I think Umarak is the better of it all, because he's a complicated build, but he's not a busy build. Don't know if that makes. Though the reason I got all of 2015 is because my brother bought all of them back for me a month or two earlier, and now I don't have any of them because I took them apart for simpler mocks. I still have all of them. They are all still more or less built. I think Kopaka and Tahu don't have their shields, but I have all of my 2016 sets fully built. That they're just in a box in storage somewhere though. Do need to get that Tahu model back. This is a custom part, by the way. This head model. It's effectively just a Metro head, um, mixed with the original O1 to O3 heads, that can support them. And this Tahu mask yeah, it doesn't have an axle. Yeah, I do have one that does have an axle somewhere, but um, they're very convenient for attaching to your builds. That's a bit too high. Hmm. Okay. Let's get the um. What is that mask called? Heat. There it is. Okay, we're going dark. Boom. That's a little more accurate. B. It also almost needs to go up of another. Giraffe. Yes. Yes. Yeah, looking like it. That's the one thing with the different frames is trying to get them like trying to get the different armor pieces and the different frames to all mesh together could sometimes be a bit of a pain. Uh, um, yeah, neck height. Yeah, sorry, stuttering a little bit. Neck height is one of those annoying building things that can get in the way. How high up should the neck be? Okay. Okay, well, if we look on that build image, there is a stud, like a tire between, so that's at least, okay, so that's at least one stud width above, so I can bring that armor piece up. And then we'd have it at build accurate levels. Dude, we're gonna get probably one of my favorite pieces. I remember when I opened Tahu Master, I found this piece, like the 2 pin lengths and then 1 axle length piece, and the uh the 1 pin and the 2 axle piece in there, and it blew my mind because like the number of times I'd needed that piece growing up, the number of times I thought, why can't this piece be real? And then I just picked it up and it's like, oh my god, this is perfect. This is like we've made it, Lego. We made it. Finally achieved perfection. And then Bionicle got cancelled, so I got sad again. But that was a great piece to pick up. Okay, so now that stud has to go there. No, that stud goes on. Okay. So it actually has to go up another one higher, but then we'd lose the proportion, so I'd have to bring it down. To bring the legs. Yeah, they're really cool. I like them as well because they're something that's in line with what Lego does. By that I mean one of the things I don't like about custom parts is when people getting into them in like the like last year or the year before. This was happening a lot on the studio Discord. Um, I saw some people were designing them, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, I'm not your dad. I'm not telling you what to do. Um, like there were some people that would design them for specific uses. Like I need like I don't know, I need like this piece, uh, this piece, and then like a double pin there, and they'd make that as one part for a very specific use case because it was impossible to like do it with the parts they had. I don't like that practice. Um, it's just an opinion. But I personally think that cases like that, you should be trying to use the pieces that exist because it's a combination of creativity and the building blocks, like literally, that were given from Lego. So while like I do like custom parts, and I feel like when you do something, when a part like this exists, which is effectively just comprised of basic components, this I prefer to making specific use cases. Not that I'm against making specific parts. Like if someone made a 4 long pin, I wouldn't be against that. If you made a 4 long pin and then you added that to the end of it, I wouldn't be against it. Even though I think there's probably not that many use cases for it. It's a very specific piece to make. But I think because it's the thing with complexity. If it's a specific use case but it's not complex, then that's good because you can use it as building blocks more often. But if it's like you're only going to use this piece once, then that's not something I'm a big fan of. Out of laziness, yeah, that's also something where it's like that's one of the reasons why I'm not completely against it. It's like you're just being a bit lazy and just trying to just like you know, there are some builds that just take ages and ages, and it's like you want to speed up the process. Oh, I need a specific custom part. That's the reason. It's like, okay, no, forgiven. That's a fair reason in my opinion. Okay, so the torso is a little custom going here. Oh, it's a rotating waist. I'm not doing that. That'd just be too much of a pain to get working with this, I think. I don't want to have to do the custom hips. What I will do is... Okay, so it's the Akoto armor, which still isn't in Basic Studio, which I think is absolutely terrible. Like it should be. It's in the digital Lego designer. There's no way. Like there's no reason it shouldn't have been ported over by the studio devs at this point. Okay, now does that look better or should I bring it down? Yeah, I should bring it down. Right. So Codex uses this one. Okay, how does that look? That looks pretty good. And they have a heart light. I believe they had a heart. Dude, it's light blue. Okay. Okay. Boom. Heart light. I will make that glow, but that's again, that's something, these are like things I'll fix in render, like lighting effects and all that. Don't really need to care about them while I do the building. Have to absolutely submodel Hero Factory Bones because they do have 3 points of rotation. Absolutely sucks. But that's just how it is. So active custom hands does get rid. I've used it specifically for her legs. Wait. Custom part of that God of War Athena I made a while back. I used it specifically for her legs and will never be used for anything else. Was it an armor piece or like a main like bone piece? Like if you like, could you give a brief description? Just because I can't remember if I saw that in Discord or if it was posted anywhere. Because I don't remember who did it. It might have been Nasser or someone else in the studio Discord. They made a bunch of custom lift arms and limbs, like very modular limbs. Which I thought was really cool, but not a pack I would have downloaded, at least at the time. I might add it to the growing list of parts packs I have yet to install on my desktop. Okay, so just working on adding some fullness to the torso because otherwise this is going to be super bland. Like you can see how bad that looks. And on the reference picture we can see there's a bunch of bits. It was a main bone piece. Okay. I don't know. I feel like with main bone pieces, even if they're custom, there's a lot you could do with them. Um, just for other builds, like even if you tried doing a Toa with or something else that's not too not too crazy. Uh, Not looking forward to having to do that strap build. Also, just noticed they don't use bone lower arms. They use Metru arms. They'll also need to hop into the submodel. Like that. spell. This is that one. And my collision's turned off. That's fighting me. Oh, I just changed the default color. Ugh. Hate when I do that by accident. Okay. And then we get the arms in. Now the arms also seem to have a custom element to them. What's going on here? Okay. This is another thing wait, what? No, that's okay. I was gonna say there must be a collision error here, but that's pulled down. Don't know how that okay. So I think I know what's going on in those arms. I have a good guess. Mac posting. I just love the system mocks you've made. Thank you. Any in particular? If you are talking to me and not Krakama, I mean, I imagine if you're talking about Krakama, that's Krakama makes great mocks. So okay, so I have a feeling. What's happened with these arms is should actually be light gray. They've jumped them like that, and then wedge slope, plate, and the curve bit. I'm saying these like they're their names. They're not. I don't know what the names are. I can't be bothered. Well, I know some people refer to that as a cheese slope. I don't think a curved slope 2x1 2/3. That's a real mouthful. Okay, and let's have a look at the colors. So looks like dark gray. That slope is, I think it's lower, so I think it must actually, maybe it is like that. Maybe it is not jumped. Maybe it is like that. I think it might be. Um, I almost never make system mocks. Most mocks. Figs. Custom minifigs though is an absolute art form. Um, especially with some of the recent Bionicle ones that I've seen coming out. I think that's how that's what it's meant to be. Like, and the custom bot scene's been popping off with it recently. I just think back to the days when I made those custom minifigs of decals, and now I see people actually making custom limbs and custom torsos with Part Designer and Blender and stuff. It's like I'm very happy that people have like done better stuff than me, because a lot of the things and builds I've done, I want people to look at them and like try and do better. I want them to be jumping off points, if that makes sense. Because then more people get into it, and we push the boundaries, and that's what digital Lego should always be about: pushing the boundaries, seeing what we can accomplish. Okay, let's line those up a little bit better. So those legs, are those legs? Okay, they're not Vaki, Rashi legs, as well as the Visorak bits on the top. I make all sorts of stuff. I also make noise. I'm making noise right now. Do you make music, Mac? Is that what you mean? Okay, they don't even have. I guess I have to some standard all-metro, like really, really nice and easy. I could make those if I hadn't gotten where hard is. Okay. Da. I done it again? I didn't do it again. Good. It's not Metru. Ah, armor. Not. Um, where is this? PU? What foot disease? Metru feet. Okay, keep it. I'm not gonna use this part, even though this is the part, because I have a higher quality custom. There it is. Thigh cover. I remember this was one of the only armor pieces you could use in Lego Digital Designer, which is why a lot of my early mocks had it everywhere. Just because it was the only one you could use. What? It's Rockshi. There it is. Yeah. So this one has the actual detailing to it. The last one was so custom part made by modelers, official part made by studio. Quality is night and day. I wish it wasn't. I wish the studio versions were like out of the box as good as the ones that some of the customs are doing, but and the devs are a bit of a black box. We don't really know what's happening with them. I wish we did, because if anyone in the stream doesn't know, I run the studio Discord. If you're interested in joining, I can pop a link in chat or in my description. Um, Feel free to join. Um, I've tried to get in contact with the devs so many times because, like, realistically, we represent something that's great for them. Because the Discord is full of like QA testers, like feedback, bug reports, feature requests, a bunch of stuff that could be potentially useful to them. Um, and like it's all being run for free. It's all like hosted. Like I don't earn money from it. I don't do anything. I just do it because I like it and because it's something I do constantly. So it's a little frustrating at this point. Because like all I can do is just at Bricklink on Twitter. I've messaged the forums, stuff like that. But there's nothing I can really do. Just need to wait, hope, and see. Okay, so the level lag is looking pretty good. So let's submodel that, and I'll just read chat because I can see Mac has sent me a couple. I have a Matoran army growing on my shelf. Ooh, have you posted it anywhere? I made a plush toy today of a Hot Wheels original movie character. Um, I I didn't know there was an original movie. I mean, I feel like I've seen that, but I thought they were like little shorts. I didn't think there was a feature length one. Yeah, okay, I'll post I'll just grab the Discord link. I'll put it in the chat. Feel free to join. I'm usually on, well, not usually online. Work a lot of the time. Um, um, give stream. There it is. Okay. Uh, okay, it is there, and I will just put it in the chat. Um, Speaking of Matoran, I need to design my own build. I have one that looked kind of like the movie designs, but I stopped using it in favor for other ones made by like Valta Scholl and Natar. Um, yeah, I've been seeing quite a few Matoran designs. I saw some where did I see them? I think it was in our Discord. I don't know if it was Nata. It wasn't no, it wasn't Nata. Although I do love some of Nata. Nata's been doing a bunch of uh what's his face? Karzani Matoran. I'm really liking them. Who was it I saw? I think it was. How did I see this? Oh, it's some of your custom parts for Karma because you've been doing these no, sorry, no, it was Natar. You asked them about what parts it was. Yeah, some of the mixels joints they've been using. I like those, but I'm not fully on board with using mixels. That being said, Natar's been done this really neat three-armed one recently, like a three-armed Karzani Matoran. It just looks like it's in pain. Um, so achievement there that you've got it looking like you want. Da, 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 da. Yeah, feel free to join the Discord. And if any of the people who just aren't in chat but are just watching this want to, feel free. Um, a lot of good builds get posted there. It's not just for Bionicle as well. It's for all parts of Studio. I had one guy join, and I started talking with him because he's really into custom cars, and as a result, I joined a. I don't think it's even primarily English. It might be primarily German. Or at least I've seen a few German users in there. Maybe time zone thing. A custom car building Discord, really cool, and that's been sort of happening recently. And that's something another thing I've wanted to get into. There are a lot of things I want to get into, if you couldn't tell. In terms of the builds, they've been designing like mini vans and cars and stuff that you could put in a Lego city, and I've always wanted to build a Lego city, so it's been cool to see. There's actually five Hot Wheels movies? Are you serious? That's what are they about? Hot Wheels. Was there a plot? All right. I'm gonna assume I'm just like is there a good guy and a bad guy? I'm just gonna keep building, but okay. Hot Wheels had five movies. They had more than Bionicle. Cool. Okay, now can't really see on this image here. But it looks like if you just look at the image in the corner that I'm working off, there is I think it's this piece, the brick with hole. I think that's it. Don't know though. This is where like this is where this is kind of hard, and this is where I probably need to deviate because it looks like there's a bracket though. Would that bracket be connected? How did you do this? Because it looks like it's okay. I think I have a better idea of how it was done. This is a bit of experiment. Try here. So we need a tile tile round this piece. I think what they've done is that got a bracket like this. Still too far away. Okay, maybe it's this one. Okay. Definitely close. Oh, no, I know what it is. I'm using the wrong part. It's not these, it's the bigger ones. That's why it's not working. It's the longer joint. It's this one. That was me going off on brackets and stuff. No, it's Excellent. Okay. Right. So this one. See. Oh, that's brought it in almost perfectly. Okay, that'll work. So if it is a bracket piece, then it's probably something just like that. Although it goes up, so it might be a different bracket, but probably as close it as I can get. Um, the movie slam so hard, I'll let you figure out what they're about yourself. Ah, well, I've got a list of movies I need to watch, so probably watch other ones rather than Hot Wheels. Sorry. Um, Also, I just realized we have 18 viewers. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. A Pixar Cars mock in the Speed Champion scale. My brother loves cars, so um, if you post your builds in the studio Discord, I'll just share them to him. He's watched Cars so much. The first DVD we got of Cars, he watched it so much he actually burnt out the DVD. Do you know how many times you have to watch something to burn out a DVD? Don't. I think my brother's watching the stream, or he can hear me through the walls. Which is it? He'll tell me in a sec. Oh, sorry. He would like to correct for the record. He's burnt out 2 Cars DVDs. Oh, he's watching the stream. Okay. Hi. Don't you have homework to do? Oh, you've been caught in 4K. What specifically have you been shocked by, Krakama? Okay, so it's there's background audio. I don't think I was too loud though. Uh, Only other DVDs. Yes. Yeah, we just watched it so many times. Well, I didn't have a choice. I was just around. Yeah, he watched Cars enough times to burn out the DVD. Twice. Uh, yeah, a lot. I think I can't remember when when it was, but I do know they burnt out. Okay, I think I'm using the wrong curved PC. I think it's a no, because it's yeah. Okay, so it seems to end there, so I'm using the wrong that. It is the slightly big size up, which you do see on a lot of car builds. This piece, it's used for a lot of the bonnet, say the front bit of the car, or the mud guards. I haven't built a like a car set, and I had a lot of the speed. I think that's the speed races sets. A lot of them had like the pullback motor functions. Had a lot of those growing up. Copy that, and then we have our legs. So that is the left upper. We have the right upper leg. Copy those on, and then that is the main build done. Now we just need to add the bits that separate it from all the others. I should submodel this torso. I forget. The head is also not submodeled. Okay. head. That's a torso. Cool. Now, in addition, Cortex also has this sword, so I need to work out what that sword piece is. I used to watch Spider-Man 3 all the time when I was little, but I never destroyed a DVD by watching it. You don't know how often this guy watched Cars. We went on a road trip around some of the western states in America. It was my first time visiting America, actually. And I remember he had Cars on so much. It does have a good soundtrack. Life is a Highway, good song. But I was so sick of the movie, but because we all basically watched it like secondhand. I'm so sick of that movie. Um, like he watched it. We were there for about 3 weeks. He watched it daily, pretty much. Um, so the movie's about cars racing in another dimension, naturally, as Hot Wheels does, and the drivers acquire skills and stuff to race. And the drivers in cars have teams that have skills. The cars on the Scorchers team can drive through a volcano, as you would, of course. Um, Hot Wheels movies sound wild. Okay, so what is this build? What is this sword? So, okay, so there's two details I can see for this sword piece. It's got two holes on it. Has a bit behind it. There's also an armor piece back here. It extends sort of that way and it goes up that way, and then it's got a piston there. So that is all I have to go on for this mystery weapon piece. Naming submodels, I think I stopped doing because it was tedious. I just have to do it because you need to remember this. So, like I'm doing a big group shot of all of the builds at the end of this, which is 79 builds, which all have to be individually posed. Um, so and referring to specific ones is going to eventually become necessary. It's also so I don't lose them because I have had builds that have had up to 300 submodels. At that point, naming them things is kind of necessary. Um, okay, so this sword piece, I'm assuming it's a. Let's try blades. If I look up, do I? Can't be that. Doesn't go up. No piston on that one. I don't think it's this one either, even though there is a piston. Okay, so it's not a custom one. It might be a Vizirac. Um, it might be a. Oh no, it can't be because the Viziracs have those at the. Oh, what is this? It's not that one. It's not that one. That one. All right, customs it is. It's not the Khan. It's not the Magma. It can't be any of the old Knights Kingdom swords. I actually have built some of the Screen Accurate car toys. Um, that's pretty cool. Again, like if you want to post your stuff in the studio Discord, you'll like there's a bunch of other car Lego people in there that would love them. I remember that weird era of Hot Wheels. I only remember the ones where you had they would change color if you put them in water, and then they dry out and change color again. That's all I remember. And the ones that are like, oh, it's like the real world car brands versions. Um, that's all I remember from Hot Wheels. I don't really do much with them. Color shifters, that was it. Yeah, I don't remember much else. I didn't really get them as a kid. I was pretty much just into Lego with it. Okay. Right, what else can we work out about this weapon? See, this is also what Project Unity has been. It's been me staring at a single image for hours trying to work out what one piece is. There's a piston piece here. Oh, stream. Oh, messing with the stream. Um, so there's that off there, that there. Pretty sure it's one part and there's not like a mix. It might be. Maybe he has seen the email, opened up the file so I can see it. It is not. Okay. But given how quickly they were to respond the first time, it shouldn't take too long. At least I hope. It might be done within 24 hours, but if not, I'll just move on to the next. Still have to do all those details. And then the head, right, so the head has this okay, the only way I can describe this, it has a ponytail. Which is kind of neat because I've not seen that in many builds so far. Power Force 5 was a Hot Wheels cartoon that came out afterwards, but it's not tied to the movies. I think I remember that. I had a friend who was super into Hot Wheels, but I went to Lego instead. The torso is too bare. Let's fix that. Okay, right, what should I do with this torso? So the torso is very thin, it's very blocky, there's not much behind it other than there are gears in that torso. They don't work, but there are gears in there. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and put gears in there. Okay. Okay. Let's try it. This is the part of the build process I like to call paint. Okay, so they can fit, but I don't want them to just rattle around in there. Okay, piece of the work. Handlebars. I get a handlebar. That should give me the angles I want. If the handlebar, there it is. Don't know how I'm gonna mount this, but so it needs to be that. Submodel. And of course it's done the thing. I think I know the reason why it does this thing, but I'm not bothered to fix it at the moment. The easy way. Okay. Just translate it into place, I guess. Ooh. Ooh, is that with no collision? Ah, there is collision. Ah, so close. Okay. Okay. Thought I had something working there. I don't. Okay, so that can rattle around in there, I guess. Maybe I can use translation to get sort of line up. Minus 125. Well, that it does. It doesn't. Okay. Translation tool is your friend though. That definitely clips, but I don't care. It'll work to display the gears. And what I can do is, this is torso. Should have submodel. Okay. Can you send a Discord link again? I can. It's in the description as well if you want to go to the Discord. Actually, looking at it right now. Yeah, if you are interested in cars, there's a user called Purity. Their name is highlighted in blue. If you look in, like when you get in, if you look in the general channel, you can see them. They post a lot of car stuff. So if you search up their name in the Discord, you can see. They recently did some like a Ferrari showroom as a series of mocks because they have a bunch of trucks and trailers and stuff. I think the idea is that the trucks expand out to make this showroom garage thing. So definitely check those out. Okay. Copy mirror. Fill that. Boom. Okay, Ducky. Thinking these aren't in the I knew about those two. The submodel. Okay, I'm thinking what I do is I need to flesh out this torso. This torso is just too small. Like stick figures. So what I'm gonna do is get those double-ended perpendicular bits. Don't know what they're called. Just grab. I can plonk those on there, and that'll give it a little bit more the torso, give a little more torso like structure to it. Then I can add some more. I do need to add like the waist bit. I'm not gonna add the tire just because I think that'll mess with the it's not working. That's interesting. Invalid invite. Okay, I'm so sorry. I will just get a fresh link for you then. That's not great. Yeah, sorry, that was an old link. I will just update the description. Try that one. So sorry about that. Yep, that works for me as well. So, yep. When you join, just read the rules channel. It's very simple, very basic rules. Just don't be a dick is basically the highlight. And yeah, I'm assuming that's you that just joined. Okay, back to the build. Yeah, so I won't be doing that tire just because I think that'll throw off the proportions I've got. Now filling this is gonna be a part I'm gonna have a pain with, and I'm probably gonna have to switch it up because that's not an inverted stud. That's a stud that has like the little bit on top. What I'm gonna do is something a little clever because what I want to do is hide this white central part. So what I'm gonna do, probably can do it with that. I'm gonna get these bits, and they clip because of course everything clips. Yeah, this is also another issue with this as a custom part. It's not perfect. It's like slightly out of alignment. Because this is perfectly possible in reality. As should this be, but what's it clipping with? Okay, it's slightly. There we go. I can probably get rid of these then. I thought this was just a stud. It's not. I guess life's a bit easier. Okay, what's next? So those have to have black pins filled in, like gray pins. In case anyone looked at it. Ooh, what I can do here, just to give this mock a little more filling, so to speak. I know there's a word for this, but it's just escaping me. If I use this technique, lift arm, it's color of black. No one's gonna really see it, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay. So I think there's a bit of green in the upper. This part should be effectively like right behind the chest piece. Make that green. Now that needs me to have a. If you look on the reference model, you can see right above the heart light. There's a bit of. Ah, you're in. Okay, good. I'm guessing that was you that did just join the Discord. Alrighty. Yeah, so you can check it out. There is a section for Bionicle specifically on the Discord. There are other sections for non-Bionicle builds. I split them up just because I know there are a lot of Bionicle fans in the Discord. So by separating them into two groups at least, um, it would sort of keep people's content like where they want it. Just because I know there's a bunch of Bionicle fans in there, and there's also a bunch of people that are not Bionicle fans, and it's not fair for people that want to come on to, post their car build. There's a bunch of people that posted train builds as well that are really kind of cool. They don't want to see like, oh, this is my Makuta OC and stuff like that. It's like that's fair. They didn't come here for that, so it makes more sense just to split those two groups up. Keep things nice and organized. Okay, I think the way I do this, a really easy way, is having it stay legit. I think what I do is I use one of these pieces, and I don't affect that stud. And I use yeah, I color that green. That should be fine with the head. Yeah, okay. So that kind of looks like that torso. And now I just need to use a flex tool to make that like strap. That'll be the next thing. But I'll just see if I can cover this bit up. That'll clip. No, that won't. Oh, no, that clips. I'm gonna say real world tendency. Like, there's totally a way you could fit that gear in there. This should be possible. Even though you can kind of see that clipping a little bit, that's fine. Sure, with real world parts, it's fine. Another thing I'm gonna do here is just let's get that torso a bit bigger. Trying to fill in this. We'll need you. Then I think probably put some bricks in there. Plate pieces. 3 in there. Actually, what I could try. All right. See you, Kakama. Yeah, you don't have to pass out watching my stream. Just I hope you have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Okay. So where was 1x3? So I'm gonna get a 1x3 jumper plate, which should be modified. Now hopefully I'm gonna get another great useful brick to fill stuff out. The ingot. Does that work? It does. Actually, I could probably get a tile in there. If I can get a tile, that'd be better. Um, something like a 2x2 maybe. Ooh, that just I don't like. No, okay. Here's what we do. We get a curved slope. There is a really nice one. It might actually be in this curve section. Yeah, I think it's in regular slopes. Because of course it is, because that would make sense. It's curved, but it's in regular slopes. Yeah, it's in wedges. This piece. If I get that, then it tapers down to a point, but it's still fitting in the profile. Now I just need to get something to secure that, which bridge off. I could use those. Okay. Sorry if what I'm saying sounds like total random noises of Lego building, but I'm just sort of working through my process. So what I want is to, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this piece to build down, fill in this gap, and use these two pieces to secure each other. Even though this won't be built in real life, I want my builds to be secure. Robust is probably the word I should be using. Actually, what we could do, let's go even bigger brain. And probably make a more synchronized back look and have this spill over onto here. Ah, and we can link all three. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I reckon I just use tiny lift arms for the rest. Okay. But yeah. I think just greebles of perpendiculars once again. Does that look too blocky? Kind of. Okay. Try something. Not too big, that's too big. Okay. So I'm gonna try that and a curved slope. Give it a bit of a okay. I prefer having that piece there than I do with that. Although why didn't you not go? That's strange. Did not undo that one. Okay, that looks legit. I had a plate and just up a little. Yeah, okay, there's a bit of a gap, but I reckon that does that. There should be a round plate I can use. Something like that. Yeah. Leave this all as white because there's white in the torso. I'm going to a toy expo in my hometown soon. Hopefully I'll get something awesome. You can be looking. Is it like a? I'm guessing not just Lego then. Is there anything else around there you want to look at? Like I'm guessing so like Hot Wheels for sure. Oh, oh, I just saw your car post in the Discord. That's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Um, not to sound not to sound critical, but I didn't think you'd go for, well, in my opinion, one of the harder characters to do. Like with all the add-ons and all this, because I'm imagining it's one of those dudes from the start that have like the glowing green dude. Um, I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I was imagining you'd be doing like the characters from Radiator Springs. But no, posting that first. Yeah, good build. Okay, now I'm thinking I should should make these white. There we go. Yeah, okay, that looks a bit more. And white's in the color scheme as well. I guess that makes. Now for that little gap. Plates aren't going to cut it, but plates in a bracket will. Little brackets. Okay, I'm very happy with that torso. Back's not the cleanest, but I don't think we'll be seeing a ton of it. There's also going to be a lot of spaces to put the little knickknacks and doodads. Um, that is a scientific term for those. Yeah, that is a solid looking torso. Okay, so there's like a lamp, a crystal, that's slung on the shoulder. So I think probably the best I should start with is the lamp. And friends, ooh, chat. More than Lego. Hopefully we're getting expensive. Oh, some of the new transform. I don't know when it was, but they updated the Transformer Devastator model with the Constructicons. It was like 500 Australian dollars. Definitely thinking about getting that. It's Wingo from that scene. He's the glowing green car. Yes, that's okay. Yeah, it is the one I was thinking of. Okay. So probably get started on, yeah, that lamp. So pretty sure I know what all those parts are. That's a clear head. And that's a baby head. That's the head I wanted. Okay, so it's a clear head. I think that stud is brown. Might be dark brown. Then it's a gold. Yeah. Little frying pan thingy. Pop that into metal gold. Okay. And it's like a golden stud on the stud. Brown tile. Okay. so we can pop that on the side. Best way to connect it is probably with like a hose. I have combined warns, Devastator, the reimagined G1 iteration. I think that's it. It might be actually. Yes, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the one I was looking at getting, but I didn't have money at the time. I think easiest way for me to connect this would be just use another fry pan piece. Or a bracket, but a bracket would go over the edges of it. And yeah, that's probably it. That yeah. So model that as a lamp. Not giving a glowing effect like why did that clip? That does clip. There we go. Okay. So next is the crystal thingy. No idea what that piece is. Let's just think. Has to connect on the end of a stud. Oh no, I know what it is. That's stud. That's just one of these bad boys. In black. Let's make it a glow. No, because it has to be like a can't be the basic neon green. That's not the right green. Translucent neon green. That's what it should be. And that. Don't think this connects. It doesn't. Let's go. I got them directly from Hasbro, lol. I also got Black Zarek from the Legacy toy line. I don't know that one. Um, cannot say I am familiar with it. Because is it Transformers? I stopped paying attention to Transformers like when Prime came out because I just didn't like it. Okay, wrong way. There we go. Angly crystal. Crystal. Cool. Right, the last thing I need to do is, or at least until the hands and the sword is band that goes around the chest. It's a retool Scorponok. Ah, okay. Got all Transformers with their duplicates. So I need a flexible hose. I think it's a hose. Yeah, this is the piece of. Don't know if you ever used the flex tool Mac in Studio. I don't think you would have if you've done cars builds, but this is probably one of the most painful things to ever use. I have some like streamlines and like tips I've learnt over time with it, but there's not really a simple way of doing this. Something that comes to this. Um, this is basically just pure hell I'm about to do. This is the easiest way of doing it, but still sucks. Okay, so pop that there. Boom. Okay. Oh, it's doing weird things. It's doing weird things. It's not liking it. Okay, I think an easy way of me doing this would be to get a smaller hose. Which one I was using? I was using a size 19. Let's try a size 13. I'll combine a bunch of them to make it look like one seamless one. Okay. Now let's let that deflate. Okay. There's a few Lego Transformers you can find floating around the building spaces. There were a couple of YouTubers a while back that did Lego Transformers. A few Bionicle Transformers as well, but they're not as common. Okay, that should have expanded fully. So look, a little bit big, but we ought to just get away back. Yeah, yes, I can get away with that. Okay. Now, okay, can get the. Okay, they do, but yeah, that's clipping. Okay, size 7 won't be enough. Let's try size 10. Bit more of a curve at least. Oh, okay, I'm satisfied with that. It's not perfect. It's what's clipping? Nothing apparently. It's glitching. Okay. Alignment is okay, that doesn't at all. 13. Nope, not minus 13. Minus 12.5. Okay, so that's one seamless band. Should be able to hang this off the side, kind of. Oh, and for any of the Lego people watching, I don't think they're. I think it's just Mac. There's a new parts pack update coming out, which is cool. Finally, more parts. I think some of the 08 parts have been finally modeled up. Um, that doesn't look right. Angle it away. Character has a very adventure vibe to them. Kinda Indiana Jonesy, but with a sword. Would love to see that sword. Have they finally uploaded the sword? Yes. Oh, yes. Let's go. Oh, it's Exo Force. Damn it. No, no, that is Valky Stealth. Okay. Okay, so I was kind of right. Got a little jewel on the end of it. That's neat. Okay. Probably finish building that sword. Probably call the stream there as well. Yeah, the parts pack I'll post in the studio Discord as well. So and I'll make it it'll be an announcement. So there's also a channel for like resources, so other parts packs, color packs, stuff like that, whatever you want to download. So kill. Okay, now there's one more detail before I get onto the hands. Another crystal behind there. Actually just bang, bang, bang. That's a trans. Translucent. It's a medium blue. Ooh, I'll just clip on the sash there. How does that look compared? Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. And the hands are... Okay, it's using the clip design. I'm going to bed. Have a great rest of your stream. Thanks for coming, man. Hope you have a good time on the Discord. Hope you have a good hope you have a good rest of your time. Rest of your time. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Probably end the stream once I finish this build. The sword won't take me too long. I'll just one-to-one copy the sword. Once I get the hands done, we'll switch to the sword as the build image. Okay. Hands. So the hands use robot claws from Exofactory, Exoforce. Ugh. And this piece. Do they have? Okay, they do. Upside down. And they have a 8 underneath. The dark colored parts. They would dark. No. Oh no, the claw's dark red. Cool. Color was the color was the connector. Oh. It's a weird silver pearl kind of color. The pearl light gray. I think that's the. Then was it? Yep. T-piece. So get what that light piece is called on the end. I know it had a name because it was used on a bunch of angler. All thanks to 07. Okay, they're gunmetal. They do have a custom. I think it's light. With light. Let's see, it's an official color for this one. It must be translucent bright green. Just switch. That is left hand. This one is right hand. If come on, wait, why do I have rotation set? No. Okay, come on. Oh, it's the replace, not rotation. Feature no one uses. Another thing that we could tell the devs if they would kindly ever get in contact with anyone else. Okay, and it's now. Let's just pop that on the string. Okay, so that's the sword I have to make now. Okay, so your question is, what is that piece? I know star key. Don't know if I do have it. Good enough. Well, it's not too bad. Okay, so the two of it's not tile, it's the upside down things. What is this? Rounded bottom boat stud. It's new. Transclear. Then there is a one of these guys. That's lightsaber hilts. It's in a get colors. It's not too colors. Two of these. Angle connected two, I believe. They are gunmetal, and light gray. Also some gem and the what gem? Jewel? Jewel. Jewels. Nope, wrong case. Ah. Ah, damn, no views. Okay. Well, will be alright time to call it. Do 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 do. Just trying not to this point. Okay, hmm. Oh, well, that's why this isn't a great part. It's just floating. Okay. That's what you like to see in your custom bots. Someone's not built that right, and someone's not scaled this properly. Fantastic. Let's do this for now. And anyway, that is the sword. Well, that's done then. This because that'll get on my nerves. Okay. It was Codex by Taco Khan. Neat. My beta doesn't. Ah, the pack doesn't have the part I want. Okay, well, no one's watching, but I'm gonna call the stream that. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I have end up to uploading this as a pod. A little tired. I'm gonna stream for 3 hours, no breaks. Not bad. For first one. Alright, well, maybe I might cut this up. So if I do, post production me. Hope you're having a good day. Seals.